Hi everybody, this is the second video for this subtopic 6.1 linear inequality in two variables. So in this part, we are going to given some point and we need to determine the given point satisfies which inequality. Okay, let's look at some question here. Draw a straight line y equal to 2x minus 3 for the value of x from -2 and 3. Then we need to plot this point. This is a straight line. To draw a straight line, we just need 2 points. So now we learn how to draw this straight line. So we have x and y. So since that we have the minimum value of x and maximum value of x, we just use these two values, -2 and 3. Okay, so y is equal to x minus 3. When x is equal to -2, the y is equal to 2 times -2 minus 3. So this one you can just press your calculator, -7. So here I know -7. So now we go to calculate the value of y when x is equal to 3. Two times x, right? Minus 3. So it's 3. Okay. So now you can plot this 2 points, then you just connect these 2 points together, then you get this straight line. Okay, so your graph will be like this. Okay, let me check or not this graph. -2, -7, -2, -7, okay, correct, and 3, 3, okay, 3, 3. So the next part is to plot the point. Plot this point on this graph. 0, -3, okay, 0, -3 over here. 0, -3, 2, -2, 2, -2 over here, 2, -2, -1, -6, -1, -6 over here, 2, 1, so 2, 1 over here, so 1, 2, 1, 2, okay, then -1, -3, -1, -3. Okay, let me check around not 0, -3, 2, -2, -1, -6, 2, 1, 1, 2, -1, -3. Okay, so we have plotted all those points. So what's the next thing that we need to do? Let's look at the equations. So determine whether each of the plotted points satisfy this one, this, or this. So if you have plotted the point, it's actually very easy for you to know. Okay, can you see it? Okay, let me change this one a little bit smaller. Okay, let me copy down the point first. Okay, so now we want to know this point satisfying this y equal to 2x minus 3, or this one, or this one. So this, that is the first one, second one, third one. Okay, now we have 3 choices here. So okay, let's go through point by point. So how about A? A fall on this straight line, right? Fall on this straight line, then it will be this. A. So how about B? B is below this straight line, so it will be less than 3. Okay, how about C? Below also, right? So number 3. Okay, how about D? 4 on this straight line will be this, number 1. So E, above this straight line, y is greater than 2x minus 3, and the last one also above this straight line. Okay, so will be y is greater than 2x minus 3. So let's say if you want to test, if you don't have this graph, how do we get the answers? Okay, before I go to next example, I think I need to go back this first, because in the first video I think I forgot to discuss with you about this one, E. I missed up this. Okay, E. The length of a square is x plus 2. So the length of, we have a square here, the length of side. The length of side of the square here is all same length, because this is a square, x plus 2 centimeter. Okay, and I have another rectangle. The length of this rectangle is 5 centimeter long, longer than its width. So the width is y centimeter. So the length here is 5 centimeter longer than this, will be y plus 5 centimeters. Okay, it's given that the parameters of the square is greater than the parameter of the rectangle. So we just do it separately first. Parameter of the square. So will be 4 times x plus 2 centimeters. So parameters of the rectangle will be equal to 2 times y plus 2 times y plus 5. Because this and this same length, this and this same length. So we will have 2y plus 2y plus 10. 2y plus 10. So we will end up with 4y plus 10. Okay, the question tells us that the parameter of the square, this is equal to 4x plus 8. This is greater than the parameter of the rectangle. Okay, so I just move the 4y over here. Then 10 minus 8. So this will give you 4x minus 4y is greater than 2. So if you want to simplify it, you can divide the whole inequality by 2. 2x minus 2y is greater than 1. Okay, let me check again. 2x minus 2y is greater than 1. Okay, so this is the inequality for this part. Okay, let's go back to this example, example number 3. Okay, so just now the question asks us to draw a graph, draw a straight line, then determine the given point, satisfy this, this or this. Now we look at this. Given a linear equation, we have this y equal to 2x minus 3 without drawing the graph. So now we cannot draw the graph, and we want to determine whether the given point satisfying this, this or this. Okay, how do we get the answers? So we need to do some calculations. Y, now I have two parts. First part is y, and the second part is 2x minus 3. I want to compare these two values. Once I compare, I know that the given point here satisfying this, this or this. Okay. So y, we look at this point first. Y is equal to 2. Okay, now we go to 2x minus 3. 2x minus 3, negative 5. Now I compare these two. 2 is greater than negative 5, right? Okay, so what is 2? 2 is y. Copy the symbol. What is negative 5? 2x minus 3. Okay, now we got the answers. So this point satisfies this inequality. Okay, let's go to the second point. Same thing, we need to calculate the value for this two part. Y is equal to negative 1. 2x minus 3 is equal to 2x minus 3. Okay, 2 times 1 minus 3, because the value of 1, the value of x coordinate here is 1. So this is negative 1. Negative 1 equal to negative 1, right? So this is y. Copy the symbol. This is 2x minus 3. Okay. So this point satisfies this y equal to 2x minus 3. It means that this point is actually fall on this straight line. Okay, so let's go to the last one. Same thing, we calculate the value for this two part, y and 2x minus 3. Y is equal to 0. 2x minus 3 is equal to 2x minus 3. 4 minus 3, so you get 1. Now I compare these two values. 0 is less than 1. 0 is y. Copy the symbol. 1 is equal to 2x minus 3. Okay, so this point satisfies this inequality. Okay, now let's learn about how to shade the regions represented by a linear inequality and how to graph a linear inequality. So when you see this, when you want to graph a linear inequality, you have to look carefully the symbol for the linear inequality. It's less than or greater than, we use dashed line. You see, this is less greater than, right? So we use dashed line. When you have less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, we use solid line. This is solid line. Solid line. So basically, if you want to determine the regions that satisfy a given inequality, it's actually very simple. When you see greater than on the top. When you see less than at the bottom. Okay, and okay, let's look at more example here. If you only have x, greater than will be left hand side, less than, oh sorry, greater than is right hand side, this is right, sorry, right hand side, and less than is left hand side. Okay, so same thing, when you have greater than or equal to, you use solid line. If you don't have the equal to, means that x is less than, then we use dashed line. X is greater than, dashed line. When you have greater than or equal to, you need to use solid line. Okay, same thing here. So sometimes you only have y. In this case, when you see y is greater than something, on the top. If y is less than something, at the bottom. Okay, so but you have to be careful sometimes. When you want to determine the region, make sure you look at y and then the y is positive. For example, let me give an example. If let's say I have y is equal to 2x, okay, not equal, it's greater than. Okay, before I show you, you know, when you see greater than, right? The regions might be on the top. Okay, 2x plus 1. Is it on the top, right? On the top. So if I change this symbol, become less than, bottom. But you have to be more careful. You see, if I add a negative here, if I add a negative in front of y, it's go opposite way. This is less than, but you shade at the top, right? Okay, now if I change this one become greater than. Greater than should be on the top, right? But now it's go bottoms. Okay, so make sure that the y is positive. In this case, how do we get the answer? So we can just modify the inequality a little bit. For example, now let's say I have negative y is greater than 2x plus 1. Okay, we change it become positive. How do I change it become positive? I multiply the whole inequality by negative 1. And don't forget, when you multiply both sides by negative 1 for an inequality, you need to flip over this. Become negative 2x, negative 1. Okay, now you get the regions less than, so at the bottom here. Okay, so, and the second thing you have to pay attention is look at x. Look at y, not x. For example, okay, we look at this one. X is less than 2y plus 1. You cannot say, okay, now I see less than at the bottom here. But you see, this software is giving you the regions on the top here, not at the bottom. Why? Remember, look at y. Look at the y here, not look at the x. So x is less than 2y plus 1. We always look at y. So I just change their position. Oh. Okay, so 2y plus 1 greater than x, right? So the regions that I have to shade is on the top here, not at the bottom. So always remember two things: look at y, and then make sure the y is positive. Okay, let's look at some questions. Construct and shade the regions that satisfy each of the following inequality. Okay, let's look at this one. Y equal to 2 is very easy for you to construct, right? Okay. So this is y, this is x. We need a straight line. Y equal to 2. So y equal to 2 will go this way. And then because this is greater than, we have to use dotted line or dashed line. This straight line is y equal to 2. And now we want to shade the regions represented by this y is greater than 2. So will be here on the top. This is the answer. Okay, so how about B? X is less than or equal to 3. We need this straight line. X is equal to 3. X is equal to 3 will go this way, go up vertically like this. And because you have less than or equal to, we use solid line. So this straight line is x equal to 3. Less than. Okay, I use another color on the left hand side. Okay, so let's go to part C. Okay, so this one we need to do some calculation. We need to draw this straight line. Normally, we like to find the x x-intercept and y-intercept. If you don't want, you can just find any 2 points. Okay, so when x is equal to 0, so now I'm drawing this line, y equal to 2x plus 3. I need this straight line. So when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2 times 0 plus 3. So y is equal to 3. I have 3 here. When y is equal to 0, just now is x equal to 0, now y equal to 0. So when x is equal to 0, this is y-intercept. When y is equal to 0, this is x-intercept. Y becomes 0. 2x plus 3. Move the 3 over here. X is equal to negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 over 2. Oh, negative 3 over 2. Okay, now I can start to graph this inequality. I draw this straight line first. So this is y, this is x. Okay, actually before you start to draw this straight line, you know this straight line is going upward because positive gradient, and this is a y-intercept. Okay, I just roughly sketch this straight line will be this way. Okay, so this is a y-intercept which is equal to 3. And this is an x-intercept which is equal to negative 3 over 2. Okay, now we go to the inequality symbol, less than. So always remember 2 things. Look at y and make sure the y is positive. Okay, less than or equal to, that's why we use solid line. Okay, then bottom here, at the bottom. Okay, this is the answer for C. Okay, let's look at part D. 3x plus 4 is less than or equal to 2y. So what is the straight line that we want? We need to draw 3x plus 4 equal to 2y. And we need to use solid line to draw the graph because the inequality symbol is less than or equal to. So the same thing, when we want to draw a straight line, we need 2 points. Okay, so normally we like to find the x-intercept and y-intercept. When x is equal to 0, this is y-intercept. When y is equal to 0, this is x-intercept. When x is equal to 0, so 3 times 0 plus 4 is equal to 2y. So 4 is equal to 2y. Y is equal to 4 divided by 2. Okay, so when y is equal to 0, 3x plus 4 is equal to 2 times 0. So 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. 3x is equal to negative 4. X is equal to negative 4 over 3. Okay, now we can start to draw the graph. Oops, I forgot to write over here, negative 4 over 3. Okay, 0 to somewhere around here, and then this is okay. Okay, let me sketch again. Oh, okay, it's okay, it's not that straight. It's okay, this is 2 and this is negative 4 over 3. Okay, so the next part is we need to shade a region. So what do you think? You think we want to shade this part above the straight line or below the straight line? Okay, don't forget to label the equation for the straight line. Okay, if you say, okay, this is less than or equal to, then we shade the region here. Is actually not correct. Okay, so let me show you here. 3x 3x plus 4 is less than or equal to 2y. You see, we're supposed to shade the regions above the straight line. Why? Because still remember what I told just now, when you want to shade the regions, two things. Look at y and make sure the y is positive. 3x plus 4 is less than or equal to 2y. So I just change that position, become 2y is greater than or equal to 3x plus 4. Every time look at y, 2y is greater than or equal to. So we should shade this part above this straight line, not this part. Okay, so always remember two things, look at y and make sure the coefficients of y is positive. Okay, let's look at E. We need to draw x minus y is equal to 3. And we need to use dotted line or dashed line to draw this line because you have less than. If this is less than or equal to, then we need to use solid line. Since this is only less than, we use dashed line. Same thing, we need to find 2 points. X, y. X equals 0, y equals 0. So when x is equal to 0, 0 minus y is equal to 3. Okay, so negative y equal to 3, y equal to negative 3. When y equals 0, x minus 0 is equal to 3, x is equal to 3. Okay, then we can start to draw this graph. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. This is y-intercept, negative 3, and this is x-intercept 3. Okay, if still remember just now, I told you that we need to use dotted line, right? So we need to change this line, become dotted line. Okay. And don't forget to label the equation of this straight line. X minus y is equal to 3. Okay, the last part. We need to shade here, above this straight line or below, less than. Okay, but still remember what I told just now. Before you want to determine the regions, two things. Look at y and make sure the y is positive. So this is negative. We want to change it become positive. And move the x over here. 3 minus x. I don't want a negative. I want to make it become positive. I just multiply this inequality, both sides of this inequality, by negative 1. And don't forget, okay, I think this software having some problem. It's okay. Let me do it again. Negative y is less than 3 minus x. Both sides I multiply by negative 1. Don't forget to flip over this inequality sign. Negative 3 plus x. So now it's greater than. So we should shade this part, not this part. Okay, let me check whether my answer correct or not. X. Okay, let me erase, delete this one first. X minus y is less than 3. Okay, so negative 3, 3 correct, and we have to shade the regions above this straight line. And don't forget to use dotted line, dashed line, because this is less than. Okay, let's try last one. We need a straight line, x equal to 3 minus 2y. Same thing, we need 2 points. X, y, 0, 0. Okay, when x is equal to 0, 0 is equal to 3 minus 2y. So 2y will be equal to 3. Y is equal to 3 over 2. 3 over 2. When y is equal to 0, x equal to 3 minus 2 times 0. X is equal to 3. Okay, then we can start to draw the graph. Y, and this is x. So 3 over 2 you can write as 1.5, also the same thing. Okay, so let me draw it again. So this is 3, this is 3 over 2, and this is 3. Or maybe I draw it again. 3 over 2, 1.5. Okay, fantastic. So this is x-intercept 3, and this is y-intercept 3 over 2. Okay, and since this is less than, not less than or equal to, I need to use dotted line. So I need to change this line, become dashed line. Okay, don't forget to label the equation for this straight line. X is equal to 3 minus 2y. Okay, next thing is to determine we want to shade here or here. Remember two things, look at y and make sure y is positive. Okay, so x is less than 3 minus 2y. I bring the 2y away, negative 2y over here. Okay, now the y is positive. Then we know the answers. The regions must be below the straight line, less than. This is the region that we want. Okay, try to check, see correct or not. Not 3x. X. Okay, let me check again. X is less than 3 minus 2y. 3 minus 2y. Okay, so correct, 1.5 here, 3. And the regions that we want is actually below this straight line. Okay, so that's all for this video. Hopefully you understand better after watching this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.